Hello, beautiful people. It's so nice to be in your midst once again. I've so missed you guys, okay? And there's still on the Ooni Of Ife stories that are coming out at this time. I'm sure you guys, those of you who are keen followers of the Ooni Of Ife palace stories, will have seen a plethora of videos, stories regarding the celebration, that is going on in the palace. I'm talking about the welcoming of Prince Ade Makinwa, the prince, the son of Ebony, as we all know her. Okay, and it's been one big festival. Don't forget that originally it was rumored that she came for two things. One, to fight for the issue regarding the Kingston Heights villa that was purportedly, gifted to Queen Naomi on one hand, and on the other hand, carry on with this welcoming ceremony. So like I asked in one of my videos, was this a coincidence that these two events are happening, are coming up at the same time, or it was actually a plan, that it was actually a plan that she had already planned ahead. Okay, but still on this, the controversy that this Kirsten Heights villa has generated, so some other things have come up since that time, and which has made Ooni of Ife, our dear Kabiyesi, to say something that a lot of us and even some of the Loris never knew about. Okay, and Kabiyesi was said to have said, "Queen Naomi saved my life." Ooni of Ife, makes major revelation on Queen Naomi that no one, like I said, that no one, none of the Oloris, possibly maybe except his siblings and maybe Paropo, no one ever knew about. Okay, and he made this remark because of the controversy being generated unnecessarily, for the Kirsten Heights villa. Okay, so Oni is said to have made this startling revelation, to Madam Ebony, that is the woman who's supposed to be celebrating the welcoming of her son. So they said when he made this revelation, because of the way she is taking this whole Kingston Valley, Hyde Valley villa uh, issue. Okay, because the truth of the matter is that if you look at the history of the Kingston Heights villa in London, we are told that it's a private residence of Ooni of Ife that he has always had all over these years. A place where when he wants to relax, out of the hustle and bustle in Nigeria, he retires to have his quiet time outside of the royal mansion in Nigeria. So it is said that none of the Oloris, even knows the location. They have never been there, according to this report. And not until recently that the issue of Queen Naomi's reintroduction into the palace came up, wherein Ooni of Ife was reported to be asking Queen Naomi to choose any country of her choice where she would love to live after the reintroduction and the settlement and whatever. So, according to this story, which a lot of you are already familiar with, Queen Naomi, was to suggest London, UK, for the fact that the proximity to Nigeria is there, and she wants to continue in her ministry work, which is her number one and natural calling, and because of that, because of the fact that she has chosen London, we are told that Ooni of Ife, now graciously, told her to take over that Kirsten Heights villa, and this obviously came as a shock to Mama Ebony, because of the fact that you all know that she lives in the UK, and for someone who has been in the UK, not to know or not to have even visited that place, and only for this same place to be given to Queen Naomi at this time, was like a big slap, on her that up till now, we are told she's still struggling to overcome. Don't forget that she's supposed to be doing the welcoming, it's supposed to be a time for festivity, celebration, happiness, and her mind is supposed to be preoccupied with just that. But intermittently, we are told that the issue of this Kirsten High thing, keep raging in her heart, in her soul, because as far as she's concerned, why would that be so? Okay, so when Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife early marriage happened. You guys recall that before that marriage, there was this marriage to Wurola, which didn't last, then, you know, and even before he got married to Wurola, don't forget that before he emerged, as a new Ife, he had a lot of battles, with. It was a firstly contested something, with other ruling houses, including the Lafogidis. Don't forget that one of them was to even take the matter to court, being dissatisfied with the emergence of Ooni of Ife. Don't forget that even his own brother, at some stage, also contested with him, but eventually he prevailed. But even after, his emergence, it was not easy for him. According to reports, spiritual attacks, all over the place. And there was this incident that happened, that continued even after he got married to Queen Naomi. And according to the story that Ooni of Ife, told by himself, they said there was this day that he was in the I think the lounge or something, was somewhere with one of his aide, and they were having a conversation. So shortly after the aide left, something mysteriously happened in that living room. Thank God that Queen Naomi was seated right there with him. So according to the story, Kabiyesi, you know, from nowhere, it was reported that the crown, his hat, that is the cap, fell off, and immediately Queen Naomi, being a prophetess, being someone who is spirit filled, she knew that this was, something of a calamity that was about to happen. So immediately that hat fell. According to report, Queen Naomi, how she managed to, it was like a force that moved her, to lie on that heart. And that was how KBC, when he turned, to look around, instead of looking into the cap, it was the back of Queen Naomi that he saw. Now, why am I giving this story? The story is that there's this, I don't know if it's a myth or whatever, that that cap that you see dear KBC put on, it's not just an ordinary cap. We are told that that cap, Ooni of Ife is not supposed to look into it inside, as a look inside of it. So when that incident happened, it took the grace of God for Queen Naomi to quickly run there and cover it. And that was how a major catastrophe was avoided in the palace that day. If not, it would have been, according to the rumors, a quiet situation. God forbid. God forbid indeed. So that day, that incident, it was just Ooni of Ife, Paropo, and the siblings of our dear Kabisi that knows about it. So we are being told that when this contest between Mama Ebony, that is Ebony, and Queen Naomi came up regarding this Kirsten Heights villa, that he came out to say, look, Queen Naomi, once saved my life. Yes. And this is something he revealed today. And a lot of people were shocked, including Ebony herself, because nobody ever heard of this. So after emerging, the struggle, continued. And even up to now, there are still struggles. But thank God, God is keeping our dear Kabiyesi safe every time. So Kabiyesi had, that incident, which took the grace of God to overcome, and courtesy of Queen Naomi. There's no way that Kabiyesi is ever going to forget that incident, because that incident was actually like a spiritual bullet meant to buy their enemy. But thank God that Queen Naomi, like I said, being a spirit-filled person, saw what was going on, and God, was able to lead her to quickly and promptly, do that covering. Okay, so Queen Naomi saved him from pain at that time. So this was why, she was rumored to have fallen sick. Don't forget that there was a time they said their enemies was poison or something like that. It was that same period, because for her to have been able to do that covering, I mean, she took ill for quite some time, and God saved her from it. So don't forget that this is not something that anyone, not to talk of our dear Kabisi, is going to forget like that. Don't also forget that after their marriage, we were told that he took with Naomi to the sacred forest, and they did that oath thing. Apart from that, we've been told by a lot of prophets and prophetess in the past also that these two people have known themselves in the spirit world before, that this is not the first time they are meeting. So putting all this together, and especially this one that I'm just hearing for the first time, that Queen Naomi saved his life. This is the physical one. Don't forget that we have also been told that Queen Naomi is a sort of a spiritual shield over our dear Kabiyesi and the palace. So if you put all these things together, and you now see Kabiyesi gifting Queen Naomi, a lot of things, don't think he doesn't know what he's doing, because he truly loves this woman. Don't forget too that this is the mother of his first son. And this is something a lot of these women don't understand. You cannot equate yourself to Queen Naomi. So for this reason, alone, Kabiyesi, was, was said to have told the whole world, including the Ebony, that no one, not even Jupiter, will make him abandon Queen Naomi. Did you hear that? So for those who are trying to cause problems here and there, I think they should hear this very loud and clear. So for Ebony and her cohorts, this should serve as the last warning. And I'm so glad that Ooni of Ife, our dear Kabiyesi, had to tell them this revelation that no one has ever heard. So with this, I want to rest my case. So this is the story that came out at this time, and I'm so happy giving it back to you guys. So what do you think about this story? Please go to the comment section. I'm going to meet you right there. But before I go, don't forget that this story is within the realm of rumors, speculations, making the rounds already in the social media. All we have done is to reenact it to you for a better understanding. So I'm going to see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.